Welcome to the Corel Paintshop Pro X4 KPT Collection tutorial number 4. We are here in Corel Paintshop Pro X4 and we're getting ready to look at the creative photo filters in the KPT collection. Hypertiling, pyramid paint, rad warp, and reaction. We have our photograph, a background, and a copy. And we're going into plugins, KPT collection, and we'll go to hypertiling. Hypertiling is sort of like a kaleidoscope. If you want to see your photograph, you probably are going to have to go into the style panel and transparency and put it to the left or right to get the difference between your creation and your photograph. And here we are. We have our application and we can sort of use it in a manner to sort of fade it in or fade it out, whatever we need to do with it, shift it or whatever. It's very stylized and could be used for a lot of stuff. Photographic publications or in a scrapbook. That's hypertiling. Our next filter is pyramid paint. If you got, I believe it was Corel Paintshop Pro X4, you got a copy of the paint program, and in 12 you got photo paint, and they're much better, but you certainly can use this to get some effect from pyramid paint. And we can go down to KPT Collection, Pyramid Paint, and it will just absolutely got two panels. We preview it and you can change the contrast, the saturation, the threshold of how you want it to look, and it will also saturate the colors, and we'll go ahead and apply this. And here are the results. You can see that it has made a drastic change to the photograph. Probably use masking to turn part of a photograph, such as a sky or a background or maybe a face, into an entirely different thing. But that is your pyramid paint. Next filter is the rad warp. We go to plugins, KPT, and it is rad warp, and it just has two panels, and you can preview it, and you get sort of an alpha beta channel that you can turn on or turn off and make various adjustments with it. You can recall it, and we're going to apply it and see what it looks like. There it is. Now you can see that it makes a very stylized photograph, and you could probably use this in a lot of publications. That is rad warp. Let's go see what reaction looks like. Tutorial number 4, we're going to explore effects, plugins, KPT collection, and we're going to look at reaction. And it really is just a screen that you can direct and has several different things you can do with it. Raw grayscale, and you can make the width and diffusion, all sorts of things, and apply it. And it can become part of the photograph or just a design by itself. You just have to experiment with it and see what you can come up with, because it will be an interesting thing to do, and it takes a few minutes to get it up and applied to the photograph. And you can see that it makes a amazing transformation and very stylized, and could be used in publications in a used with your selection tools to make a mask to do part of a photograph. And you could just experiment and see what you can come up with to make that filter work for you. Since we're moving right along here, we can probably get in two more filters in this tutorial, which will be the photo art and photo video materialize in the scatter filters. So we've got our duplicates made, and we're going to Effects, Plugin, KPT Collection, and we're going into Materializer. And here we go. This has got a complex set of panels, in that you can load the environment, texture, materials, 3D lighting, and you can get various and sundry effects with these various things. You can do horizontal, hue, oh my gosh, image, I guess, and you can just absolutely manipulate these panel sliders in a number of ways. And we can get the ambient glow, or absolutely too much light, or not enough. And we can do the texture, smoothing, rotate, scale, and we can also do lots of other little things with the tin amount. But you can play with this and just really have a good time trying to create. This does create multiple pictures. You can invert the image, and let's see, saturation goes here, and you can see you can get a lot of pictures with that, and that will give you sort of a overall scale, I guess, is where you get that. You can sort of do various things with the scale, and you can apply it how you want to. But that is your materializer, and it's a fun filter to play with. We'll apply it and see what happens. There are your results. You can take this and apply it, make a panel out of it, put it into scrapbooking, or cover our background and lay it over, mask it. It would be a fun filter to play with if you wanted the special effects. Let's take a real quick look at scatter in this fourth tutorial. It's got 5 or 6 screens. You can vary it, do all sorts of things with it, twist it down, twist it up, 180 degrees, and it takes some time for the little effect to take effect, so we're going to just apply this and scoot on right out of this tutorial. And here are the results. This is an interesting effect and could be used in a variety of situations. It just makes a nice photograph and gives some artistic effect and interest to a rather mundane photograph. I think that will be many applications you could use this in. And that's going to be it for tutorial number 4. We'll see you in tutorial number 5.